It is currently 9:16 on Saturday, July 5th, 2025, and I think it's time we make this well-deserved, well-needed video. Hi, my name is Comet, and welcome back, or welcome to Comet's World if you're new here. Hi, my name is Comet. I'm a 21-year-old junior in college. Like, I don't know. This channel is just dedicated to showing my life, my interests, my hobbies, my opinions, definitely my opinions. So if you ain't here for me, you could leave. But if you are here for me, welcome to my channel. I want to address a big elephant in the room, and no, we're not talking about me. That's not funny. Anyways, I haven't made a video in a while. I know, I apologize. I'm sorry. Life just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, life just happens. And I've been so busy, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go record a video, make my comeback. I filmed about 3 comeback videos, and none of it has landed. However, this one is gonna be new. Okay, I'm actually committed and dedicated to giving you guys quality content and putting out good YouTube videos. And I have nothing else to do because let's address another elephant in the room. I am unemployed. Yes, I am a broke, unemployed college student, as you can tell by the title. Your girl did not secure a job this summer. And this is like my first jobless summer since I was like 13. You know, legal age is 14 to work. So I've just been at home, binge watching girlfriends, going outside on the weekends, drinking. Like, let's keep that out. Anyways, I've just been at home, binge watching girlfriends, going out to the club on the weekends, regretting going out to the club on the weekends because it makes me broke, and repeating it all over again. I have nothing going for myself right now.
Embarrassing.
That is a first. That is a first. I'm used to meeting such high expectations that when I kick down this low, I don't really know what to do with myself. I'm like the only one of my friends who don't have a job. All my other friends, like, I got a friend working on building airplanes in Seattle. I got a friend working at the hospital. I got a friend interning under a fashion designer. What am I doing? Waking up at 12 every day, staying in bed till 3, eating 1 meal a day. And did I mention I was binge watching girlfriends?
So
no, I'm saying
what now?
I mean, it's not.
That's all I've been really doing for my life. And I felt like, you know, I had this aspiration, this dream once. And I feel like this is the perfect time when I have literally nothing else to do. This is literally the perfect time to go and make a YouTube video. You know, get back to doing things that I like, being creative, witty, smart, showing you guys how sexy and cool and, you know, that I am. And I could go into more because I just love myself, but we don't need to do that. It's just very hard, you know. Being a broke college student, that's like the worst thing to ever, like, that's like being unemployed and broke is like top 10 college fears, besides like getting like gonorrhea and getting expelled for using like ChatGPT on your essays. But yeah, I think today, as my official, hopefully, comeback video, I have no idea where to look, by the way. So if I look like I'm looking into space, just don't ignore that. Anyways, I thought today I would kind of just be giving a little insight on where I'm at currently in life, and also give a much needed update on like where I've been for the past umpteen months. And I think the last time you guys saw me was winter break of my sophomore year. I'm now a senior. I am now a senior. Yes, I am. So let's start with an update. Let's go back to 2024, sophomore year, spring semester, because that's where you guys literally last, I think, saw me. A lot a lot of stuff happened that semester. For starters, I dropped 2 college student works. Now I have literally nothing under my belt. Yeah, it was just a lot. I feel like they were very time consuming, and me personally, I've always been able to balance, extracurriculars and school and da da da. But I think college is just, it's just like it's a different beast, and I just wasn't used to it because I didn't know like how time consuming they really are. But I did that because, drumroll please, I became an AKA bow. I stopped making my sorority. I started making my sorority, a big part of my life, and it required me to just get rid of some things that may or may not have fit into my busy schedule, give or take. I crossed Ring 24. So I am officially 1 year out per. I also got rid of a long time college friend. I'm not saying, I don't know why I said long time, but we have been friends since freshman year. She was actually in one of my YouTube videos. So you can go find her if you want. I don't really care. Actually, literally since y'all last seen me, I lost like 2 friends. Um, One of them was very recent, so I'm not gonna go too in detail about that. I'll probably give a story time like way later after I like fully healed from that. But the other one, I knew her since freshman year. We stopped. Let's get backstory. So let me get backstory. So coming into college, I was trying to improve as a person. I was trying to get rid of my old ways that I thought wasn't serving me. And one of those things was me literally cutting off everybody at the second of, I can't snap. At the second of a,
I had an ADHD moment. I had an ancestral diversion for higher development. What was I saying?
Whatever. Anyways, point being, I was trying to give people second chances, third chances, fourth chances, and not separate myself from people who didn't align with me morally. And we aligned like 70%. Like, it was good enough for me to like want to continue being friends with her. But when it came to like dating and stuff like that, the morals didn't line up, because with her, it's her man, her man, her man, her man. I mean, she's a water sign. You know how they get. It's her man, her man, her man, her man. There's never room for her friends. We dealt with this with her first boyfriend. She freed herself from him. Thank God. Like, honestly, to this day, like, I'm so glad that she got rid of him, even though we're not friends, because he was mentally draining. I'll just say that, because I'm not going to put her business out there. But then she got a second boyfriend. And our friendship got worse. So fall semester, sophomore year, we had a talk about it. I basically kind of confronted her, basically saying like, hey, like, I feel like our relationship is kind of slipping away because you spend so much time with your boyfriend and not enough time. And I'm speaking for like our friend group as a whole, but since they weren't going to speak up, yeah. But yeah, not spending enough time with your friends. And listen, I'm not the type of friend who needs you to be around me 24/7. I don't care. You can have your man. I really don't care. But the problem is, we don't even, well, how do I say this? You just always with your man 24/7. Like, I would try to plan hangouts or whatever with the friend group. She don't go. She don't show up. I try to, get her to go outside with us. Da da da. She want to stay home later with her boo. We literally lived in the same house, and I barely even saw her. And then when we did, it felt like a hi and goodbye. It was never conversational as it was freshman year. Obviously, people change. I don't know how quickly we could change in a year, but it just felt like she was giving her, like, I did not know her without her man. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was inseparable from her man. And it just, I don't know, like, I just felt like it caused us to get less, it caused us to just be distant, because every time I try to put my best foot forward and try to like initiate something, it just never followed through. Anyways, there's also other issues, but that's not my personal business, so I can't get into that. I texted her that, and I'll probably put a screenshot, but basically she said that she'd rather be with her man than hang out with me. She's more comfortable with her man that she just met like 2 months ago than her friend that she, been with since, I don't know, August. Not even. We met during orientation. So, yeah, we knew each other at that time for a year and some change. But I digress. Hey, she said she got to be with her man. She said, and I quote, we're not that close, which I didn't know we weren't that close, because I let her spend the night at my house. We confided things in each other that I just wouldn't go tell strangers about family drama. You know what I'm saying? But I guess when you need a shoulder to cry on, I guess, I was there, but I guess if we're not that close, like, it doesn't matter because we're not close in her eyes. Okay, whatever. But she said she was going to try, even though she said we weren't close, but anyways, for me. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to cut her off, even though she literally told me she doesn't want to hang out with me. I'm still going to try to pursue the friendship, trying to work to make us closer again. It did not work out. Just like any bad story time, it always revolves around the birthday. In this case, it was my birthday. There was some miscommunication about whether she was going to come or not. I still invited her, even though we were at a place where it was kind of weird, because, like, at the end of the day, we live with each other. We're in the same friend group, and I loved her, like, generally, like, I loved her. And I was like, you know what? I think we can make this work. So I'm thinking, oh, like, since she said she wants to make it work, the best time to make it work was for my birthday. And she had her man staying over at the crib at the time, which we're not going to get into. But yeah, so it's the day of, it was March 30th, because my birthday's the 31st. So it was March 30th. And, we all getting ready to go bowling. We did drunk bowling for my birthday. And she never updated me on whether or not she was going to come or not. And I've been asking her, I was like, yo, is you coming? Yo, is you still coming? And it was crickets. Like, literally, she left the house that day. And I'm like, dang, like, you ain't going to tell me what's up. So when my friends were asking in group chat, like, yo, like, why you not coming? She gave like 3 different lies. The first lie was, oh, I don't have, I think the first lie was, oh, my boyfriend's here, so I don't want to just leave him in the house alone, and and he can't come, so I don't want to leave him by himself. Like, he a grown man, he could stay at the house for 4 hours by himself. Like, you know what I'm saying? At least that's what my friend said. Yeah. The second one was she didn't have any money at the time. And then there was a third one, and I completely forgot, because that was like so long ago. But it was 3 separate lies. That's the thing with me. You don't have to lie to me. You can literally tell me the truth and I'll be okay. You don't have to lie. You don't have to lie to spare my feelings ever. Ever. Yeah. And I was just like, to be honest, all you had to say was you wasn't coming to my thing. That's all you had to say from the jump. Coming with the different excuses as to why you're not coming to celebrate my birthday is literally crazy. I don't understand, like, why you're just gonna be honest, but okay. And so, yeah, I was just annoyed. And I was talking to one of my friends who was also her friend. We're going to call her Ajax. And we were just talking and venting about, like, because something also happened with her about her birthday. So it's a pattern. Anyways, we were just venting, saying, like, yo, like, so much, I feel like we give so much to her and it's not reciprocated, and we just going over all the red flags we kind of ignored in our friendship with her, for the sake of, because she was our friend since freshman year, and she overheard said venting session because she had came back with her man.
Oh my god, it's not funny.
And she basically went off on my friend who was on the phone, called her all types of B words and called her jealous and da da da. Mind you, I'm in the room next to her, no smoke. I was confused. And with me, when there's conflict, even if I'm involved, if you come for my friends, I'm going to feel more peeved that you came for my friend more than you came for me. Because you could come for me, I don't care. Say whatever you want about me, but don't say nothing about my friend. Like dead ass. Like, I don't like that. And we just stopped being friends. A lot of other stuff happened, but yeah, we just stopped being friends. Because I just feel like she just wasn't putting in the effort anymore. Honestly, I ignored a lot of red flags. Her telling me she didn't view me the way that I viewed her in a relationship. It should have already been a red flag enough, and a lot of our morals did not align. That also should have been a red flag. But I think this was like the defining, like, all right, we gotta stop being friends, whatever. So yeah, that happened. So now that I talked about last semester and a little bit of this semester because it kind of blended into one another, let's talk about my summer from hell. Last year I worked at an outdoor summer camp, and I know last time in a couple of videos y'all saw me working at one, and I talked about how much I hated it, and I thought this time would be different because I was working rich white families. No, it was not different at all. I actually really hate childcare. I probably would never really do it again unless like babysitting or tutoring. I could work with one kid. When you give me about 4, 5 of them, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't work with other people's kids. I really can't. Like that job was so bad it sent me to the psych ward. I mean, I don't know why I keep saying this. It sent me to a psychiatrist. Don't think. See, I was about to say don't think I'm crazy, but then I remembered I'm a psych student, and that is very derogatory and not fitting of the mental health stigma crisis narrative. You know what I'm saying? So let me rephrase my language. Don't think it was that drastic of a outcome of me working at the camp. But yeah, it was just really draining, really bad. I couldn't really focus. I was always groggy. It was bad. I was there from 8 to 6. 8 to 6 every day. No, there's no trees in Prospect Park, barely any bathrooms, barely any clean water stations. Like it was terrible. Like literally it was annoying. I was with a group of all boys. So imagine 8 boys just constantly like won't sit down, won't do the lesson, keep talking and nagging. When's lunch? When's snack? Like you shut up. Like shut up. Like y'all were just in school. Apply what you did in school to camp. Is nothing different. I probably would never ever work at a summer camp again. And I also they were just too much. Like the camp songs, shut up. Like I miss when I used to go to camp. I used to go to vocational Bible camp. They used to just let us run around and braid each other's hair and play freaking double dutch. Like I just want to bring that back. Like let's just let kids be kids. Why are we doing these activities that you know they don't want to do? Like, and on top of that, they come with no home training. Then they get mad at me because I'm a little strict, and I'm be like, hey, we're doing instructional learning. Sit down. You can't go do that. You know what I'm saying? They want to run around 24/7. They complain about snack. They haven't done what they need to do. Then I get in trouble if none of the activities are completed. If you know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting in trouble because the kids aren't doing what I asked them to do, what you guys want them to do. But then when I try to get them to do what you want them to do, I'm getting backlash because all of a sudden I'm an angry black woman. All of a sudden I'm mean and da da da. Bro, the kids is behaving. You gotta come strict, bro. Bro, let me tell you something. When it comes to them white kids or them racially ambiguous rich kids, whatever, they come with no home training. You need to give them the home training. Okay? You gotta be strict. Otherwise, they're gonna run your life. Cause they run their parents' lives at home. Like the black kids, fully black, fully behaved. I only had to tell them to do something once. They sat down, did what they had to do. The mixed kids and then white kids, they thought they was better than me.
Hey, I'm not going to say what race, what people.
Junior fall semester, I was in my neo season, so my sorority became literally my whole life. I did nothing else but go to work, go to class, sorority stuff. Go to work, go to class, sorority stuff. I still had a social life, and actually that's one of my good things that happened. My social life did grow, which I'll talk about when I talk about my accomplishments. Because this whole video can't be negative. A lot of personal things that I wanted to do for myself, like case in point, making a YouTube video. That's why I literally have not made one in a year and some change, because I never had time. Just never really had time. I still have very high expectations for myself, and I definitely wanted to still upkeep my grades, have personal time to myself, and da-da-da. So I didn't join any clubs or anything, and now I'm a senior. Now I'm at a point in my life where I feel unaccomplished because I literally did 2 orgs for like a semester sophomore year and some change, and then I had to drop it to join a sorority. And now all I'm known for is my sorority. Like when you see Comet, you see the pink and green. You don't see anything else I got going for myself. At least that's how I feel. So prior to junior year, I didn't know what I really wanted to do with my life. I always been the person to have a plan and stick to that plan. And then quarantine came during COVID, the dreaded pandemic that ruined everybody's lives, came, and I realized like I want to do a career that's very creativity focused and centered. And I did not want to be a doctor anymore. I literally was like, I'm going to go into massive debt. I don't like science no more. I don't like math. I don't want to do it. That's not what I'm interested in. I became interested in content creating and writing and poetry and all this type of stuff. So sophomore, freshman year, I was like, I'm going to go into IO psychology. So I don't really have to work with people, because I would consider myself the advice friend, the therapist friend, if you will. But do I like doing that? No, because not to be boastful, but 9 times out of 10, I'm always right, and I always call something before it happens. My thing is, my friends don't listen to me until the aftermath occurs. The aftermath that I said was going to happen happens. Therefore, imagine doing that for like 10 clients a day, constantly giving them advice. They come back, they don't listen to your advice, and now their life is shittier. I could not do that. So I was like, I don't want to be a therapist. I'm going to do IO Psych, which just required me to do human resources type stuff. Then I had an epiphany. I literally hate my major.
Oh.
I hate my major. I hate psychology. Well, I don't hate psychology, but it's not fulfilling. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to grad school. I'm going to grad school. I don't want to go to grad school for that long though. I don't want to have to go get a PhD just to mean something in the world. Like I had to go get all those degrees to be of value to society. That's stupid. That's literally stupid. Also, I'm not going through all that debt just to make 6 figures. So no, that exactly was not happening. So junior year, I picked up a media study minor. And that was the first time I got into film and really honing in on my craft of making content. I learned how to use different digital software and all this type of stuff. I was like, this is so cool and fun. So my first semester, I took film production one, which is a prerequisite, and I really loved it. I feel like I really made some good pieces. Like I was very much a storyteller. Like Shonda Rhimes, literally who like she has nothing on me. Like Stan Lee, what? Like Spike Lee, who? Like them niggas had nothing on me. Like no shade. No shade. Anyways, so I was loving it. However, my mental health was just declining because at that time I had been going through different psychiatric medicine, trying to find which one best suited all my disorders, and it caused a lot of up and downs. And when I was taking antidepressants, it caused a down. I thought antidepressants was to help get rid of the depression. It only made it more worse. Yeah. So I was just at like a low point. I was not going to class. I still got Dean's List. I've been on Dean's List for freshman year. Okay. But that's the blessing and the curse because I spend all of my time on academics because I have this expectation from my parents. I have society's expectation. I have my own expectations. They all just collide and cause like mental drainage, and it's just like I exhaust everything into academics that I don't leave any room to literally do anything else. And it caused me to just miss school a lot. Like I wasn't going to class at all. But I'm thinking, oh, like I'm an art teacher. She understands. Like all artists go through stuff. Like Vincent Van Gogh cut off his ear. He made Story Night. Keith Haring had a mental. No, it wasn't mental. Keith Haring had a long-term disease, and he made the best art. Quentin Tarantino can't stop saying the N-word, and he makes really good movies. Like we all go through stuff, like all artists go through stuff. So I'm thinking, oh, she's gonna understand because I was very active in the class. She knew my name. All my classmates knew my name. They loved my work. So I'm thinking, oh, like I'm Gooch. Like if I just explain to her mental health, I show her my pills, like it'll work out. It did not work out. Apparently, colleges really care about attendance, which I never knew. I thought if you're just doing good in class, because I had an A+, so I thought, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. It is a very big, big deal. So big, in fact, that because I missed 5 days of class, total, mind you, in a whole semester, she said that she was going to flunk me.
Are you dumb? Matter of fact, let me find the "Are you dumb?"
She was going to flunk me for missing 5 days of class for mental health reasons. And the 5th day I missed because of Thanksgiving. Yeah, she was going to flunk me. Like the day I was preparing to tell her everything I was going through, she ambushed me, had me speak to the department about everything that was going on. And they basically gave me 3 choices. Either I could take it incomplete and do the class again a different semester. I could try to petition to, I could try to petition to not get this to count, and still I would have to take it over. Or I could do an extra credit project. Mind you, we had a week left of school. It's finals week. And she wants me to slave and make another film project in order for me to get back to an A+. And even then, she was like, oh, if you do good on your project, I may give you a D. A B is the highest. Mind you, I'm coming from an A+. Going to a D, possibly a B. I was like, I literally was in the office crying. I was crying, and like, I don't cry like that. So for 2 white women to get me to cry, Lord, my ancestors were shaking. I'm in the office crying, telling her like I've just been so mentally drained. I'm about to off myself, like saying everything. She's just like, that sucks, but Yeah, I do the extra credit. So after that, I was just like, oh, these bitches ain't got no sympathy, no empathy. Nobody cares about the artistic struggle. Like, fuck you bitches. Like, fuck y'all, fuck y'all, fuck y'all, fuck y'all. Anyways, so I almost flunked the class, and I was like, I gotta turn this around because if my parents find out I'm flunking in class, like, my ass is grass. So I ended up making a project about depression, basically rubbing in her face, like, look, this is all the stuff that I went through, and you're making me do this bum ass video. And I still did the bum ass video, and I got a B plus. I turned it around. Okay, okay. So I mean, Dean's list that semester. Boom, mic drop. Okay. Listen, I may have my downs, but I will always, always have my ups. You feel me?
Hey y'all, this is comment editing. For starters, let's address the elephant in the room. How many times can we talk about elephants? I don't know. The audio is not the best. It's clear, but it's kind of shaky. That's my fault for using a lavalier mic instead of a regular freaking mic. Trying to be professional. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Next video is gonna be better, but I wasn't gonna like trash this video for no reason. Can it? Second, I talked about my junior year spring semester, but the footage is messed up because of the audio, and the video is already long, so I'm just gonna speed run through like what happened. So I came back from winter break and I got evicted. I got evicted because there was a major leak or whatever in my crib. So I moved to like Creekside, which is like, if you live in New York City, Creekside is like Queens, I guess. Like, it's just mad suburbia, like black and suburbia. Like, that was me. You can't really get around and whatever. So that happened. What else? I was broke, really, really broke. I'll put like screenshots of what my account looked like. But yeah, I think that's like really the bad stuff that happened. Oh, I went through like a major depressive episode, especially after like I got into it with my boss. Um, I don't work there no more though. I don't work there no more. I left. Um, what else that was bad that happened? I forgot to mention that a guy that I was messing with, I ended up finding out that he had a girlfriend. Um, I ended up finding out he had a girlfriend, long time girlfriend, I guess. And she lived in my hood. Well, not exactly in my hood, but she lived in my borough, and I was just like very freaking embarrassing because literally like the minute I kind of like cut him off, all of a sudden he popped out with his girlfriend. I was like, oh my god, I was just a hole this whole time. Like, I was just a hole, like, you know. Wow, like that's just so crazy. Anyways, that was like one of the worst things, because it's like I was told myself I would never be a side chick, and then I ended up being a side chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like so crazy. And like, I wasn't gonna say this, but then I was thinking like, this is good content, one, and two, some people could relate. Like, who could relate? Like, who could relate? You know what I'm saying? Like, being a side chick accidentally, because I went through the whole man's Instagram and I didn't see nothing about no girlfriend. I would never ever ever put myself in a position to be a side chick willingly. I would never do that. I didn't see nothing. He posted on his close friends about how he wants a girlfriend, he want a boo thing, da da da. So I didn't know. I would have never known. He was constantly chasing me in my DM trying to get with me. I would have never known that he had a girlfriend. And if I did, I definitely would have never pursued him. But I was just very embarrassing and sad. And yeah, that also happened. Anyways, like, let's get back to the good stuff. But I had to share that also, because y'all are my insiders. Yeah. So that happened. I started to learn how to do my hair more. That's another thing. I started to take care of myself, invest in myself, my maintenance, my clothes, my hair, my nails, my skin. I feel like I always just knew I was beautiful from the jump, but I never like invested in my looks. I just took them for whatever they were. And I think, especially being very Venetian, I feel like is that the word for it? Venetian, Venusian, Venice, whatever. Being ruled by Venus, I feel like that's something that I should have always took into consideration. Like everybody knew I was a fly lit, but I didn't know that. That's the real kicker. Dean's list. I stayed on Dean's list even when I went through all that mental strife. I stayed on Dean's list. So I think that was good. I'm actually very proud and very shocked that I was able to do that, especially missing all the classes that I did. You ain't never seen me in class. What? That's not good. Don't do that. Go to class. Please go to class. I started figuring out what I want to do with my life, but I always had a notion in my head that I'm just gonna do YouTube and be an influencer. That's just not how the cookie crumbles. That's not how the water trickles. That's not how the sun shines. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I'm a lazy bum who never gets out of bed and films. That wasn't gonna happen. Now I know how to have drive and initiative and stop getting in my head and having self-doubt. And so that has led me to figure out what I want to do career-wise, because I always need two choices. YouTube, definitely a choice, but also marketing is what I learned to be my second choice. Although I'm not a marketing major whatsoever, I definitely want to pursue that in grad school. If I even get to go to grad school with this stupid, big, beautiful bill that our president signed off. Yeah, anyways, I still would like to have hope and optimism for the future, which is something also I'm very glad that I have picked back up. I feel like growing up, I've always been able to have optimism for other people, but never myself. And I self-deprecate a lot. Like, I mean, I still say I want to kill myself. Like, that's a joke. You know, a lot of other stuff I didn't feel confident in, whether it was my looks, my talent, my ability to literally do anything. I didn't feel that confident in. But now I've started to like really build confidence in myself and believe in myself. And I feel like that was one of my biggest accomplishments so far. It's still a journey. We are on a journey, like for real, for real. But I'm glad that I've started to embark on this journey, you know what I'm saying? And started to realize, realize, and that I'm a bad bitch at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, like, I really couldn't say what else I really accomplished, because I feel like there's still that part of me that feels very unaccomplished. Because I haven't had no internships since coming to school, and a lot of other stuff that I feel like I'm very behind, compared to other people, but I'm getting there. I'm taking the summer to actually get there, which leads me to my next and last segment. Where do we go from here? What is my life like now? What are we doing? Tonight is the night that I'ma get twisted. Mix Moscato and vodka, I'ma mix it. Like I said, I be at home, binge watching Girlfriends, but I'm still like working on myself. I've been going to gym again, which I feel like I fell out of love with the gym because I was so busy doing a whole bunch of other stuff. And this year was supposed to be my year to work on myself, and I ended up working on other things because my chapter was 4 people. So it's very small. We go to school, 30,000 kids. I had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to basically devote my whole life to my sorority. I didn't have time to, like I said before, pursue things that I wanted to pursue. This summer, I have been taking time to figure out, like I said, what I wanted to do, but also put the plans in motion. You know, put the actions, you know, put the pedal to the metal, put your feet on the ground. That's what I've been doing. And I have been picking up marketing certifications because obviously I don't have the background in it because I'm a psych major. I've also been building on my LinkedIn. I made a website. Like, hello, I'm about to go get headshots when my hair is did, because y'all see these braids? Hold on. Y'all think y'all hair fucked up? Look at mine. Oh my God. It's so bad. my hair's actually been growing, which is another thing. That's another good thing. My hair has been growing since I cut it. Oh, I forgot. Like, I had a bob. I cut my hair into a bob. Anyways, we're getting off track. Point being, I am putting myself in a regimen. I'm learning how to discipline myself also, which I feel like after once I got to high school, I stopped having discipline. My mom stopped like waking me up at a certain time, telling me I gotta do this, telling me I gotta do my homework, telling me I gotta be home at a certain time. The freedom that I got in high school, I don't think it made me more of an adult in a sense. I feel like it made me more of a kid. It made me go backwards and regress. And I feel like college is what made me progress into adulthood. I learned that shit ain't peaches and cream. Shit ain't sweet, nigga. Like, shit is not sweet for real. And I feel like this summer has been a learning experience. I've been like literally applying to every opportunity that I see fit. Even if I don't think I'm gonna make it in, I still have that hope. I still go out and apply. I still, believe in myself at the end of the day. And I think that's the best thing that you could ever do for yourself. I'm also learning how to grow and grow out of bad habits. One of those habits being people pleasing. Growing up, I never people pleased ever. It's always like, I know who I am. I'm that bitch, da da da. And I think high school is what kind of got me to that place where I started people pleasing because I wanted to be liked. Just because, bro, I was getting called slurs every day. Like, I didn't want to keep going through that. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to do things that made me more likable, even though moralistically, like, I could, like, anything I did, my morals did not align with the behavior that I was trying to display. I'll say that. I'm very outspoken. I was outspoken my whole 4 years of high school, which is why people didn't like me. But I still put on a facade to try to get people to ignore that fact and try to get people to like me, because who the fuck wants to be isolated in high school? You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like that carried on into college. I did a lot of things for the sake of other people, but never for myself. This summer, even though our job market is shit, and that's why I didn't get into a job, I didn't let that like deter me from doing things that genuinely made me happy. Doing things that genuinely push me towards the future that I want to go to. Because I feel like college is just one aspect of my life. I feel like my life is going to do so much better once I finally graduate. You know what I'm saying? Once I finally get that degree, I'm going to be able to do things that I actually want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I have a lot of hope for my future career. I feel like both endeavors will work out. I'm just going to say that here. Both endeavors are going to work out. Whether people don't believe in me or whether people do believe in me, like, always, I'm going to be my best teammate. Yeah, best cheerleader, captain of the football team, whatever. Like, I'm going to be there for myself. And if I believe in myself, I know anything can happen. You shoot for the moon, you're going to aim for the stars. Wait. Shoot for the... Mind you, this is like my favorite quote. So the fact that I don't know what my quote is, I think it's shoot for the moon, aim for the stars. Shoot for the stars, aim for the moon. Oops. I gotta shoot for the stars and aim for the moon. And my name is a comet for no reason. So, yeah, that's just where I've been, basically. How my life is going. This is very much a video of me just rambling. Hopefully it's not long. That's another thing. I'm trying to make my videos like short if they don't have to be long. Hopefully it's not long. Hopefully you guys enjoy me rambling, give you guys an update on my life. And I promise, like, I feel like this summer I'm gonna try to do videos back to back to back. And then once I get to school, it's gonna be every 2 weeks. Like I have promised y'all before, but this is actually a real promise. This video probably won't be uploaded next week though, because I'm going on a conference in California. So I am not going to have time to devote to this. However, it's going to get up. I'm going to post this in July. That's another thing. I'm keeping myself to a schedule. I'm going to post. I'm going to post. I'm going to post. I'm going to post. Okay?
Yes, that will happen. Amen. God bless. Yeah, so just expect good videos, content. I'm constantly upgrading my quality. I got a freaking Sony camera right now. Let me show y'all. Wow. I got an actual camera now, no more phones. Hello. Got my mics. Bro, why is my shit tilting, bro? I got mics. I'm gonna have better digital software, just a whole bunch of better stuff. Like the quality is gonna rise, bro. The content is gonna rise. I have a list of content ideas that I want to do. So trust, you'll never be bored. You'll never get rid of me. You'll never get rid of me. I'm just gonna keep letting my creative juices flow and see what happens. Yeah, that's basically life right now as a broke, unemployed college student. So, thank you for watching my video, and have a good night.